Hey Travis kiddos, happy Tuesday. I'm still wearing purple for Purple Month of the Military Child. I have some math for you, some reviews, some of the enrichment work for the day. I have our Earth Day work for today, which is our Scholastic News article, and a joke from Miss G. I will not wait this time till the end for the punchline because I am, as you saw, terrible at telling jokes and totally forgot to tell you the punchline. So I'm not going to wait any longer for that. I will tell it in full right now. Miss G asks, why should you never tell a secret in a vegetable garden? Why do you think? Because the potatoes have eyes, the corn has ears, and the beans talk. The beanstalk. That's so funny, Miss G. I love it. So potatoes, sometimes they can get eyes or black spots on them. Corns are in an ear of corn, right? And beanstalk is how a bean grows, but beans talk. I love it. Thank you, Miss G, for sharing that with us and giving us our daily giggle here. For Earth Day today, you guys are going to do the Scholastic News article. It's available on Lunchpad. It's called Recycle That Gum. So, Earth Day, we are celebrating protecting, healing, helping our planet. We only have the one, and we've got to take care of it. So recycling is one way to do that. So go ahead and check out that article online. They have the article to read, and it'll read it to you if you want as well. There are videos, there are games and questions and worksheets if you'd like to access those as well. So have fun checking that out. And if you want to do any other Earth Day art projects or find anything else to do, you can help the earth by planting things outside. You can pick up some trash. You can recycle or reuse some things. You can also do some art like writing a poem or drawing a picture, doing anything you'd like, making a sculpture. Do something, get creative, celebrating our earth. All right, math time. So we are working on numbers to 120 and ordering patterns and comparing numbers. So I want to do some pattern work because patterns can be pretty tricky. I did a challenge over the break with some patterns. I'll put that link in the description if you want to check it out. Some tricky patterns in that one. Always be really careful with those, and I want to go over some now. These are not the challenge ones, but they are similar to the workbook pages that I'm going to show you in a minute, and they're a little bit tricky, so let's do a little practice. Okay, so I have 4 different patterns for you here. Okay, each one is different, so we'll just go across the row and talk about each one like that. So we have 65, 66, 67, something, 69, something, 71. So what I like to do is I like to try to figure out what is happening between the numbers. If you can figure out what the pattern is between the numbers that they offer for you, you can probably figure out the missing numbers. So between 65 and 66, the numbers are going up. They're getting bigger. It's getting bigger by 1. So they are counting up or adding 1. Let's see if that happens again. So 65 to 66, go up 1. 66, 67, go up 1. 67, something 69. So if we try the pattern, 65, 66, 67, go up 1. 68, does that work to get to 69? Go up 1. Hey, it does. So that works in that spot. 68, 69, something. What would come next? 70. So 69, 70, 71. And as always, you can pause, try to figure out the answers to all of these before I get to explaining them. See if you can do it quickly or just pause it and do it before I get to it. Okay? Next one, 91, 90. Wait a minute. That's different. We're not going up this time. We're going down or counting back. Right? The number is getting smaller, but by how much? 91 to 90, we take away 1. But then there's already a blank here. So I'm going to check there are 2 numbers over here. I'm going to check if the same thing's happening here. 88, 87. Let's going back 1 or going down 1. So I think that's the pattern. Let's check it out. 91, 90. What comes next if you're counting back? 89. Then 88, 87. It worked. Let's keep going. So take away 1. 86. Go down 1. 85. So counting back, taking 1 away, going down 1, any of those ways of thinking of it all work for that pattern. So whatever makes sense to you, great. Next one, 70, something, 80. Oh, maybe we're counting by tens. 85, wait a minute. And if we were counting by tens, what would I put between 70 and 80? So I have 3 numbers together here. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on. So 80 to 85, we are going up by 5. Just like we've been practicing, counting by 5. So 80, 85. But how many more is that? 90, so we're going up 5. So we're counting up by 5s. It's the same here. Let me see if that works for this spot. So 70 plus 5 would be 75. Plus 5 would be 80. 70, 75, 80. And then 80, oops, sorry. 80, 85, 90. So let's add 5 more. 90, 95, add 5 more, 100. So this is counting up by 5s. And you notice I put in the plus 5 in between each one because that's how the pattern is changing. I didn't write it up here. I could have put plus 1 in between each one or minus 1 in between each one. But I could figure that out pretty well just by counting. This one I needed to keep track a little bit more, so I wrote it up there so I wouldn't forget. Okay. This one has a blank at the start. I don't know where it starts. So I'm going to look to the ones that come next to each other to see if I can figure out what the pattern is. So 54, 52. Are we going up or down? Going down. And how much are we going down? Let's count back. 54, 53, 52. So we're taking away 2, minus 2. Let's see if that's the same here, because sometimes patterns repeat, but in a different way. So I've seen some patterns where you add 1, and then you add 2, and then you add 3, and then you add 4 in between the numbers. So they can get a little bit tricky in that way. So you want to make sure you check all your answers. And if you start here and then find out that wasn't the pattern later, you can always come back and fix it, right? Mistakes make our brain grow. We learn as we go. So 48, 46. So 48 to 46, still going down, so we know it's minus. And by how many? 48, 47, 46. Still by 2. So hopefully that's the pattern, and we're going to put in the numbers and see if it works. Again, if it doesn't, you go back and try another way. So something to 54. I know I need to go down 2. So I can count up to the reverse to figure out what goes here. Kind of go backwards. So 54, 55, 56. Because if I start at 56 and take away 2, 55, 54, I get to the next number. Perfect. 56, 54, 52, take away 2, 50 minus 2. Sorry, 52 minus 2 is 50, or 52, 51, 50. Take away 2, 48, 50, 49, 48. Perfect! So, be careful with those patterns. Try to figure out what's going on by looking at the different numbers that they offer you, so what numbers they show you in the pattern, and then work from there. Figure out what's happening between them, okay? Because your optional enrichment work for today is pages 152 to 153 in the math workbook. So first you're going to start by using these numbers to fill in these blanks. Okay, so read carefully. The greatest number is, the least number is, blank and blank and blank are all less than 100. So you're going to use these numbers up here to fill in. You might use them more than once, so don't cross them out too hard if you've used it already, okay? So go ahead and fill those in. And then down here you have the patterns. And as you notice, some of them are similar to the ones that I just practiced with you. So go ahead and check those out. Be careful, do your best. Patterns are tough, so just try your best. On here, we're using those greater than, less than, and equal to symbols. I went over that yesterday in the enrichment work video. So if you want a refresher, you can check that out. But you're just going to put the symbol into the boxes in between the numbers. Okay, so this is the less than symbol, equal to, greater than. So remember, when you read left to right, the symbol is going to correspond with the words. So 51 is less than 82, so you will put in the less than symbol. I know we've talked about the like a mouse wants to eat the bigger number, so it wants to go over and eat that 82, right? So it would face this way so that it's eating. Yum, yum, yum. So you're going to fill those in, check out. Some of them have words, so figure out what that number would be. And speaking of using the symbols in between the words, now you've got some tricky stuff, okay? So my suggestion would be to write down the number very small underneath the words so that you can compare it that way. So for example, here it says 5 10s, 6 1s, something, 4 10s, 9 1s. So I would write those numbers. So 5 10s, 6 1s is 56. 4 10s, 9 1s is 49. Then you can use the symbol to compare because you might find it easier to compare those. You could also check the 10s and 1s and compare that way. But I will warn you, there are times when it gets a little bit trickier because they have more than 9 1s in some of these. So think carefully about what numbers those would be. That will be some of our practice for tomorrow, going over that in our math review and enrichment video. But I want you to try first, see if you remember. Okay, check that out. Have fun with it. Happy learning.